Rock City here in beautiful Minneapolis, Kansas. Here we have some of the world's largest sandstone concretions. The spheres, as I mentioned earlier, have been cemented by water flowing around them and leaving deposits. We also have some softer parts of the Dakota here which have not been cemented quite as well. Some of the cement here on this rock is actually starting to erode a little bit, forming these little pits where it's dissolved out. The soft stuff never got cemented, and as you can see, I can actually work a little bit loose with my hand. The only reason this soft sandstone is still here is because it's protected by the harder sandstone sphere that is sitting on top of it. You can see these grooves here. These are the old channels where the river deposited the sandstone in layers. Some of them are going in different directions. Geologists call this cross-bedding. This little concretion here actually has a little cave in it. The caves were formed when rainwater flowed through the sandstone, or in this case, a concretion of sandstone, and so now we have a little passageway going through here. Okay, well, we're here in Minneapolis, just leaving Rock City. We're going to head up 81 up here to Concordia, and at Concordia we're going to take K9 and head up through Clifton, Clyde, and on up to Waterville, Blue Rapids, and then up to a little site called Alcove Springs. It's between the towns of Blue Rapids and Marysville. Okay, we are in Cloud County, Kansas, just east of Concordia, and we are looking at the Republican River. This river is one of a couple streams here in Kansas that flows from near the Rocky Mountains and down onto the plains. While doing so, it washes all this sand and other material from the Rockies and out here. You remember at Rock City in Minneapolis, we saw sandstone. Well, today we are seeing a modern version of that forming here. The river is depositing the sand in these large channels, and then in a few million years, if this area gets buried again, this sand will be compressed like a sponge, the water will be squeezed out, and the sand grains will compact together and become very hard. Welcome to Alcove Springs in Marshall County, Kansas. We are just about 5 or 6 miles north of the small town of Blue Rapids. Behind me you can see a very nice waterfall, but we're going to talk a little bit about how this waterfall got here. All this rock that you see behind me here is limestone. Specifically, it is part of the Crouch Formation. This is Permian in age. But, despite the fact that it's all from the same formation, some of it's really hard and some of it's much softer. Behind me here, this crumbly limestone is very soft and has been eroded away by undercutting from this stream. Above my head, we have a very hard limestone, a hard part of the Crouch Formation. This limestone has resisted erosion over here at the waterfall. Thus, the water cannot wear through this limestone very easily. That has left a hard edge jutting out and forms the waterfall that we have today. Alcove Springs is a popular stop on the Oregon Trail because there's fresh water here. However, the spring itself is actually behind us a few yards. Most visitors to this site think this waterfall is the spring, but it is not. We will see the spring here in just a second. As I mentioned earlier, part of the Crouch limestone is very soft. You can see it right here. It's very easy to dislodge all this rock here. This is the layer that's eroded away underneath the waterfall. This is the actual spring right here where the travelers on the Oregon Trail used to get fresh water. This spring is an interesting geological phenomenon because it forms at the base of a limestone where rainwater has percolated through the limestone, then it reaches an impermeable layer such as a shale, and it can't continue going down, so it has to look for an exit. Well, obviously we have no oceans in Kansas anymore. However, the closest thing we have nowadays is Tuttle Creek Lake. Tuttle Creek Lake is man-made. It was built here just north of Manhattan after the flood of 1951. The dam is built on the Big Blue River, which flows to this valley behind us over here. Now, a lot of this area used to be under a lot more water than it is now, but Tunnel Creek Lake is silting in because the Big Blue River is bringing sediments down and dropping them here. This is very similar to the processes that occurred in Kansas years ago.